So Christmas time gifts are especially tricky. I have 4 siblings, so we usually draw names. So now that we all have partners, we do it for per couple. So this year I got my sibling who is kind of hard to buy for. Even asking her what she wanted, she didn't come up with anything. I thought I had lots of time. I did see this advent calendar a couple months before December that had all these like holes where it was shaped like a tree and then you can put different things of alcohol in it. So thinking, oh, that would be a great gift, and I kind of put it out of my mind. And as December rolled on, she still hadn't informed me of anything that she wanted, her and her partner, so I decided, oh, it'll be great. I'll do this Advent Boozy calendar. Though it's like, how do I buy it? Where do I buy it? The only thing was the reviews were kind of mixed. It was kind of like really good or flimsy. I wouldn't be able to get it before Christmas or even 12 days up to Christmas because I left it too late. The shipping for some of them was a little bit more than the actual item, so I didn't really know what to do. So I searched around and I found Makerspace. So Makerspace, I don't have a ton of information on it, but they do have a website and they're all around the world. I remember when I went to Japan, I actually checked out their Makerspace, and you can buy a membership and then you have access to their tools. So different places in different cities have different tools that are available. So like in my town, we just have we have sewing machines, we have goldsmithing, I think, and we have woodworking. But the town 30 minutes, 40 minutes away from me does have the laser cutting machine, the 3D printer, and all those stuff that's readily available. So I sent what I thought would be what I wanted for the file, sent it to the Makerspace in the next town over, and they're like, yeah, we can definitely do it. Come and we'll show you, ask you a bunch of questions and help you through the process. So it was actually really great. And then there's just so much to think about, like what color are we going to paint it, because if we're going to paint it or stain it, then you don't need, a nicer looking board as if you were going to use it just with plain wood. You might want something a little bit more pricier. And also the compatibility of the file compared to the laser printer. So if the company made the file on a different laser cutter, then they're just going to have to do those adjustments. So we worked with, his name's Julian at Makerspace, extremely helpful, and just thought of all these different things that we didn't even think about, using like lacquer on after staining it to make sure that the wood didn't burn, and just so many different things that we wouldn't have been able to do on our own if we just had, a laser cutter, which is like thousands of dollars, so we wouldn't have done that anyhow. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of information to see things cut, to put it together, to give it as well. Like, it's super unique. So the one I picked out was for bottles for 355 milliliters. So really just standard bottles. You could use that for alcoholic beverages, or you can use it for like sodas that are in the glass bottles. There are different ones, so you could get ones for like beer cans, so actual tins. You could get wine ones as well, and then you could get spirit ones, so like the little mini bottles. Just depending on who you're giving it to. Definitely the adjustments, if they're cutting too deep, does make it obviously the structure a little bit flimsier. You could also glue it together, but because it comes apart and you can stack them after the holidays, it does make that really nice. We were worried about a couple different things. One, it isn't going to be sturdy once we put these bottles in, because they are glass bottles, but it actually made it a lot more sturdier once we put the bottles in because they were holding it up. I removed the numbers. They did have like counting down, or 1, 2, 3 all the way to 12, and I just kind of removed them so that they could pick and choose, because I didn't know also the integrity of the tree structure. If you had to remove certain bottles, would it make it less structural sound? And also at the top with the star, Julian actually recommended just, cutting a dowel and sticking it in. And our file, it came with 4 different stars that were already have the wording on it, but you can change that to any, like clever pun or anything like that. We just kept it as is, gave them 4 stars, and then they can actually choose what star they want to put on at that time. So they're exceptionally well received. The other thing we were a little bit worried about is the dimensions of the bottle holders. So because we are going to be using glass bottles, obviously the front had to be smaller hole than the back because of how you were putting it in, and just making sure that the dimensions were correct and we double checked and made sure. So it's really great to see what's in your community and like what you don't have to buy yourself, that there are these co-working spaces, there are these co-op spaces that you are able to participate in and utilize, and that you know, it's helping out the community but also helping fulfill what you need as well. So I hope that you enjoy this and that it's given you an idea for more of a creative, you know, Advent gift for somebody who might have almost everything, and just, you know, it's great to give those gifts, and it's still exciting coming up to the holiday season. So I will chat with you later. Bye!